Hello everybody, it's me Poop Scoop. This is a new series I'm going to be doing, just a beginner's guide for Dark Souls Remastered. So first of all, let's talk about everything about the character creation. So first, you're going to want to make a name. How about Giggly? Okay, there we go. Sex, yes please. You pick one. So males, accelerate slower, but they also decelerate slower. And females accelerate faster, but also decelerate faster. But that's not really a huge deal. Just pick whichever you prefer. Now, class can be an important decision, especially in the early game, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. You have the warrior, the knight, the wanderer, the thief, the bandit, the hunter, sorcerer, pyromancer, cleric, and deprived. And I'll talk about a few of my favorites. My favorite is probably the warrior. He's just kind of my playstyle. Have a sword or even a big sword and a shield. Knight is probably my second favorite. He's pretty cool as well. But one thing to note about if you start with the knight, he will be too heavy and you will be fat rolling, so you'd have to take off some pieces of armor or something to be mid rolling or fast rolling. The thief is a great start because he starts with the master key, which can help you move around the map. The sorcerer is your basic magic user. As you can see, it starts with mostly intelligence and attunement. And then your cleric is more for your miracles. As you can see, it has faith. And your deprived is like your all-around basic starting character. Just everything's the same over there, as you can see. Doesn't start with no armor and just a club and a shield, and that's it. So for this guide, we're going to start with warrior. Like I said, it's my favorite. Now this is what I was talking about. The thief starts with the master key, and this is the master key right here. It says opens basic locks. So if you start with the thief, then you don't have to pick the master key. My recommendation would be the black firebomb because it does a lot of damage. But since we're going with the warrior, we're just going to simply pick the master key to move around the map a little bit easier. Physique, it's purely cosmetic as far as I know, so I'm just going to go average, but you can pick it to your liking or to your funniness, I guess. And now we're at the customization. And you can pick any one of these. We're going to go with this one. And then pick whatever hair you want. He can be bald. He's going to have a helmet on most of the time anyway. He doesn't have hair, but if he did, you could pick its color right here. And then you can either create your character off the bat, or you can go over here and customize and make some funny looking doofus guy or make him look really cool. And there's tons of different customizations over here, but I'll let you figure those out on your own because those are purely cosmetic. Alright, and with that, our character is done, so we're going to go ahead and start the game with Giggly. And since this is kind of a beginner's guide, I'm just going to be skipping through all the cutscenes. You can watch them on your own time, or if you're doing your own playthrough, that'd be great. Alright, so we started with a key that will open this door. These are going to be the controls on how to, well, control the game. So if you didn't know that, you might want to look at them. But I will be doing a control synopsis later into the video anyway. So you're going to go through these tunnels, climb up this ladder, and we're going to go across here and get our first bonfire. Alright, there you go, bonfire lit. You just lit your first bonfire, good job. You want to sit at it, rest a little bit, look all cool, and we're going to go back up. Then we're going to go through these big doors. And spoiler alert ahead, what's going to happen is that there's a big demon up there. You can see him. And when we start going inside, he's going to jump down and start attacking us. But you see that door over there? We're going to run basically straight for that, because that's a safe spot. Okay, we're going to go now. See, that's him coming down. We're going to go in there, and the door shuts behind us. And don't worry, we're not soft locked, but here's another bonfire right here. Alright. And as you can see, we don't have any of our, we don't have a good sword. That's just a basic piece of crap that does nothing. And then we don't have our shield that we're supposed to start with. But that's about to change here in a second. Here's our, well, if you don't count the boss, our first enemy. So you're going to run up here and get your shield. And you want to be sure to equip it, because if you don't equip it, well then, why even pick it up in the first place? And then you're going to run up here, dodge the bullets, this guy's going to run away. And then we're going to take our sword. And once we do that, now I will give you a tour, I guess you could say, on the controls. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about this for a PlayStation controller. However, it can be easily translated to Xbox or Switch. So first of all, we're going to have the R1 button, which will do a basic attack. The R2 button will do a strong attack. The L1 button, if you hold it, it will hold up your shield as long as you hold up the button, which will do blocking and will reduce damage. And then if you press the L2 button, it will do a parry. And what a parry does is, well, parries an attack by throwing your enemy's weapon away from you to leave them open for a riposte. But I'll go into more detail into that later. And of course, you have the right stick to move your camera, the left stick to move your character. Pressing the square button will use the item you have in your hotbar, I guess you could say. It will be in that bottom square, but we don't have any item right now, so we're just not using anything. Oh, this guy's coming for me. Let's kill this guy real quick. So we're going to use a light attack and then a strong attack. So that was R1 and then R2. You press right on the D-pad to cycle through your two right-handed weapons, and left on the D-pad to cycle through your left-handed weapons. You press up on the D-pad to cycle through your spells and sorceries, if I had any, and you press down on the D-pad to cycle through your items. As you can see, you can have up to 5 right there. If you're walking and you hold B, you will sprint. And while you're sprinting, if you let go of circle and then you tap it once again pretty quickly, you'll do a little jump. Now this jump is honestly pretty dookie, but it does help a little bit. If you're not moving though, and you press circle, you'll do a back step. And this is kind of used for dodging, but it's not as utilized as the next thing, which is the roll. If you press circle while moving, just pressing it, not holding it, you'll roll. And this is really important. You got to get this down because it will give you invincibility frames to where you won't get hurt during an enemy's attack. Alright, so now let us utilize these controls we've just learned to continue on. Okay, so here we go. There's nothing that way, so don't even bother. We're going to hold circle to sprint down over here to open the gate. Use X as the interact button. That's pretty much, basic. And we're going to rest at the bonfire again. This just is a simple shortcut, so we don't have to run back as far in case we die. Which, if it's your first time, might happen quite a bit. So what's going to happen is, you see that ball up there? It's going to come down here, come down, break through that wall. So we're going to want to get out of the way. This is a good time to use the dodge. See? Just like that. Now that this wall is broken, we're going to go back here. Again, if you want to know the story stuff or whatever, you can, play this on your own time. And that's our Estus flask, and that's basically our healing. He also gave us a key. And that will go to a door up there. So as I was saying, you press square, it will use an item. And as you can see, we had 5 Estus flasks, and now we have 4. And those will refill when you sit down on the bonfire. Alright, so here's an enemy. While we're here, let me showcase the parrying. Okay, so you see how the enemy's attacking us, of course. Very simple. If you press the left trigger as soon as his attack is about to hit you, you will see I'm kind of throwing his sword away from me, putting him in like a state of, I don't know, catharsis, like not attacking. Okay, that was early, as you can see. So if you do that, and then you press the R1 button, you'll do a very powerful frontward stab called a riposte. It does quite a bit of damage, but parries are hard to do, so it's a trade-off. There's some more controls right here. And we got some more guys coming from the left. There's another thing called a backstab. Let's clear out a couple of these enemies first. Let's get this guy by himself. And based on the name, I'm sure you can assume what's happening. You get behind an enemy, pretty much directly behind them. Press the R1 button and you'll do a very powerful backstab. It does a lot of damage, more than a normal attack, but less than a riposte. And as you can see, holding up the shield and blocking, blocks the damage. And let me go into a little bit of detail about that. So this shield in specific, if there's a lot of information right here, so bear with me. If you look on the tab in the middle, not the attack type or our character information, but the one in the middle where it says damage reduction percent, you can see next to physical it says 100. That means it will block 100% of damage that is done physically, as in, you know, stabbing with a sword. Now if it was, let's say, 90%, then you would take 10% of the damage that would have been done. So let's say that enemies attacked at 100 damage and I had a 90% shield, I would take 10 damage from that. Okay? Alright, so here we are about to fight our first boss, so get ready. What we're going to do is, okay, well I guess I am going to fight this guy. Alright, there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to step into the fog, and then he's going to be standing right below us. We're going to fall onto his head, but in the middle of the fall, we're going to press the R1 button to do what's called a drop attack. And it's like a riposte where it does quite a bit of damage. I'll show you. Let's do it. So we're up here. If you stay here too long, he will actually jump up here and knock you down, so you got to be quick. Do it, R1, and then look at all that damage. All right. Okay, so for me personally, I would like to do more damage instead of blocking. So you see I have my shield in my left hand and my sword in my right. If I press triangle, I will have my sword in both of my hands, which will do more damage. Not only that, but it will also give you a strength buff. As you can see, my strength is at 13. And you get a 1.5 times buff when you two-hand. So whatever 1.5 times 13 is what I would be doing. Okay, so the Asylum Demon has quite a few attacks that he can do, but they're fairly easily telegraphed. You can see them coming, is what that means, typically. And they're very slow. The best strategy for fighting the Asylum Demon is basically poking him in the butt over and over. So we're going to get him in the butt and just keep wailing right there. And if he moves away, roll through his attacks and get to the back. Now you might get caught on his legs a little bit like I'm doing right there, but that's fine. Here we go. If you chose the Thief class, now would be a good time to use your black fire bombs. Alright, there we go. First try Asylum Demon. Now, if you don't get it first try, don't be disheartened, especially if you're a beginner, because it's hard, you know, learning all these controls, and it's a Souls game, so don't get disheartened. You got to keep on trying until you get it. Alright, so now that we've done it, there's an item around here that we can pick up. There's lots of items on the ground in Dark Souls, and this is one of them. So that's what I call a soul item. It's an item that gives you souls when you use it, plain and simple. And there's tons of those around there. And there is a duplication glitch you can do to, well, duplicate them. But I wouldn't recommend that for your first playthrough because it kind of breaks the game a little bit. Oh, here's one right here as well. Let's grab that. And then this is the main bonfire in the game. It's called Firelink Shrine. As you can see, we have one Estus flask. I sit down, now I have 10. And I have 10, that's a specific thing to Firelink Shrine. If I sat down at a normal bonfire, it'd refill back to 5. An NPC, you don't have to worry about him right now. Now, it can be a little bit confusing on your first time through here, kind of maze-like. So I'm going to start from the fire and guide you all the way there. So we're going to start here, go up through this door, go through this door on the right, through this door on the left, and we got some fire bombs right through here. There we go. Alright, again, starting from the bonfire, we're going to run through this door, then run through this one in the middle right here, and you're going to see some guys up here. Ignore them for now. Run up these stairs, and turn around and run up these stairs. We got a soul item. Okay, I forgot to show something. So here's the fire. We're going to go back the same way we just went. Up through here, through this door, right here. And we're going to speak to this gentleman right here. So this guy is a cleric of sorts. He sells miracles and stuff. Gives you a copper coin. Don't really care. You want to say yes to him to join his covenant if you would so desire. Which is an achievement if you're going for that. But he also sells things. He sells miracles and a talisman. You can learn a gesture from him. People love learning gestures in Dark Souls, so be sure to do it. And in case you said no and didn't enter his covenant, you can from the menu right here. So if you've bought everything you want to buy, you can just go ahead and leave. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a little bit of an advanced strategy. So if you're completely new to the game, I wouldn't exactly recommend doing this because it'll be a little hard and you might die a lot. But what we're going to do is go for a weapon. So we're going to start at the fire, go through this door, and then to this middle door to like a cathedral area. Go over here to the left.
First, there's a little item over here somewhere. Okay, it's not.
There's an item down here, and we're just going to sprint straight for it. We're going to ignore all the other stuff and just book it, because these guys are strong, and, well, they will kill you really fast. We'll go through here. That's not it, but that is another good weapon. That's the one we want right there. Alright, there we go. This Y-hander. Now, it will probably be pretty hard to get back, because, of course, there's going to be all these skeletons coming after you. But if you make it, great. If not, oh well. So let's go. And this might happen here in a second, but if you are having too many enemies follow you, even if you're close to a bonfire, you won't be able to sit at it. You'll have to kill them first. So let's see, am I able to do it? Yes, they were far enough away. But if they were too close to me, then I wouldn't be able to. Now, we're not able to use this weapon quite yet because of its requirements. You see, it needs 24 strength, and we only have 13. So we cannot use it yet, but it is for later. So now what we're going to do is go to the next area. So from the fire, you can run up here towards this tree. And the next area is this direction. There's going to be a couple enemies, and there's going to be one on top throwing bombs. So we're going to go up top first, and then take care of these guys at the bottom. He's going to chase after us. There we go. This is the bomb guy right here. Now, if stuff like that happens, it happens. Just do your best. Okay, well, embarrassing. Well, that leads me into a good talking point. So when you die in Dark Souls, you see I lost all my souls at the bottom right. Souls are like the currency of this game. I basically just lost all my money. But you can go get it. You can pick it right back up. Now, it can be hard, especially if there's a bunch of enemies around, but you can get your stuff back. However, if I died on the way here, let's say I jumped off this cliff, then those souls would be disappeared and replaced with the souls that I got this time. Even if you have 0 souls, it will still be replaced. So you basically have one chance to get your stuff back. So let's kill this guy, get our stuff, get this item. All right. Oh, lots of ragdoll physics. All right. Now we're gonna win. Two light attacks should be able to take these guys out. Alright, now that they're all dead, there is another item over here. Now this might be kind of hard for you to do. You're going to sprint, and then let go of B, or circle, and then pretty quickly press it again to jump. Remember how I taught you? So you're going to sprint, let go, press, and you're... Oh, well. Guys, I promise I'm good at Dark Souls. You can trust me. Okay, well, let me get my stuff back and do what I just did, and then I'll show you the jump. Alright, here we go again. Run, let go, and jump. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to carefully walk across these edges. Now if you slip and fall here, it's okay. It happens to everybody. We got a secret item right here. It's a ring. Now you don't want to equip this yet. What that ring does is if you die, it will not... You won't lose your souls, basically. So if I put it on right now, and then I fell off this cliff, and I respawned, I would have all 3,000 souls. But I don't want to do that right now, because 3,000, grand scheme of things, really not that much. You want to do it when lots of souls are on the line. Okay, we're going to go across here, get this item. Then we're going to go back a little bit, go in here, and then we're going to the left first. So right in here, there's a rat. Poor little rat. Sorry, buddy. Oh, that humanity is a chance drop from the rat. That is not what this guy had. That guy had a soul item, as you saw. That gate is locked. We're not able to go through there yet, so we're going to swing left right through here and go out through the undead berg. And there's going to be a couple enemies up here at the top, so be prepared. There we go. There's going to be a firebomb dude over there. You can see him over there. So dodge through the bomb. Or he can completely miss you. That works too. There's a guy. Ambush right there. Well, he didn't really do his job this time. He's supposed to ambush you, I think. Make sure to heal up whenever you need. There's nothing in there for now. What we're going to do is go back. There's some barrels right here. You can roll through the barrels and get an item. Another soul. Amazing. I don't think there's anything back here. There was not. But there will be another ambush when you come back out. As you can see. There you go. Got each other at the same time. But I won. Alright, go through. Go through. This is a piece of trash. And there's more ambushing. Happens a lot. Oh, and come pull behind us. Gonna climb up here. Get some more items. I believe this is a bow. I'm not sure. It's been a while. Humanity, that's what I meant. The bow is somewhere else nearby. So since I've gotten a couple, let me explain what humanity does. So humanity, when you use it, not only can it heal you back to full, but it also will give you humanity at the top left. You see where it says 2 zeros? That's my humanity. Right now I have 0. If I were to use it, it'd give me 1. There we go. See? 1 humanity. And what that does, it does a couple things. It increases your drop chance for items. It well, that's mainly it, I think. But you can use your humanity to become human at a bonfire. And that has more uses. That you can invade people and be invaded if you're online. You can summon people for boss fights. It also increases your drop rate. And it makes you not look like a dead garbage man. There's going to be a couple enemies in here, as you saw. We're going to run past all this stuff for now. I'll go back to that in a second. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna go over here and we got our Undead Berg bonfire. We're gonna light it and sit down at it. Now something I forgot to say at Firelink is now that we're outside of the asylum, we can level up. So keep in mind, if you're not following this guide along like second by second, you can do this at Firelink. So we're gonna level up. I'm gonna be upgrading vitality so I can be more squishy, which is what I would recommend you guys do as well. If it was my personal opinion, I would probably do strength so I could use my weapon sooner, but for new players, being more squishy is probably better. So the humanity I was talking about, I have 1 humanity. Now if I reverse hollowing, that means I will become a human. So here we go, just like this. As you can see, it used a humanity, and now I'm a human. There we go. So now we're going to take these guys out again. And in case you did not notice, setting on a bonfire resets all enemies except a couple, mini bosses and real bosses. And we're going to go through here, and there's going to be a shield through this door. Here we go. I'm not going to use it personally, but you may if you so desire. Then we're going to go over here to the left where these 2 guys are with spears. Careful, these guys can be a little bit more deadly. I would recommend trying to circle around for a backstab. Just like that. Because they have their shields up, so if you attack them, you won't do much damage. So you want to wait for them to attack, switch around to the back, and then get them. Now if you roll through these boxes, there's a little area down here with a guy right here. Hello, guy. So we're going to take him out. And there'll be a merchant right here. He sells a couple important things we want to get right now. He's a little funny. So we're going to buy this residence key for 1,000 souls. Make sure you have enough of that. And if you need any extra things, you can buy this. This soapstone is for writing messages, if you want to do that. And then he got a couple armors and arrows and a bunch of crap that I don't need right now, so I will not buy any. Then we're going to go through here. There's going to be a guy on our left, I believe. No, I was wrong. I guess that's later. We got some dudes here, so we're going to simply take them out. Something I forgot to mention, this is not a 100% guide. It is just a walkthrough to help beginner players get through the game. So if you're looking all trophies, all that kind of stuff, this is not the guide for you. But Texan Cowboy has a great series on that. So there is some throwing knives right there, and we're going to jump over to where that door is. This jump's a little hard to get, so if you miss it, it's fine, not a big deal. There we go, jumped right across. We're going to go up here. And then to the right, over here, this is the bow, I believe. There we go. A crossbow, excuse me. And then we can drop back down, and this is where we were at the start. As in, like, the very beginning. Oh, he's throwing bombs at me. Alright. So now we should have a pretty much straight shot to the bonfire. Back to where we were. So let's go back there. Alright, I think that's a good stopping point for today. If you have any questions about what to do, or if you're stuck, leave a comment and let me know. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, and look out for another one of these walkthrough videos soon. Have a great rest of your day.